Versatile Mage. Chapter 695. Soul Shadow, Adult Phase Flame Bell. Lu Ru and Su Shaoluo were stunned too. They had not noticed the man until he appeared just now. They could not tell if he had just arrived or if he had been here for some time. He was extremely quick. He suddenly showed himself when Zhang Xiaohe was about to be wrapped up by the armor. He pulled Zhang Xiaohe out of the demon's throat with brute strength. However, the black battle robe was quite greedy. After losing the chance to use Zhang Xiaohe as a sacrifice, it uttered a wild screech and lunged at the man instead. The cape flew at the man's head like a little demon. No matter how hard the man tried to pull it off, it was stuck onto his scalp. While the man struggled with the cape, his legs, torso, and arms were covered by the battle robe. Each armor piece seemed to have its own consciousness. It was impossible to take them off once they were attached. It felt like even the man's soul was being occupied by the battle robe. The man who saved Zhang Xiaohe let out a scream of agony. He almost dug his fingers into his skin and tore himself in half. The scream echoed through the hall, leaving the three young adults shivering. Tears rolled down Zhang Xiaohe's cheeks when he witnessed the scene. He was supposed to be the one enduring the pain, but the man had taken his spot instead. His superior did not speak a single word, nor did he give him a single gaze. All Zhang Xiaohe could see was a determined back. Chief Military Instructor, Chief Military Instructor. Zhang Xiaohe wanted to go up to the man to share his pain, yet Lu Ru would not allow him to do anything so stupid. Chief Military Instructor? Is he Chief Military Instructor Zan Kong, that Yuan Mo Fan always mentioned? Lu Ru grabbed onto Zhang Xiaohe tightly. The battle robe was scarier than they thought. It was entirely a black demon that would fiercely occupy the body of anyone who came into contact with it. If Zhang Xiaohe went up to it now, he would also turn into a meaningless sacrifice. Zhang Xiaohe never expected Zan Kong to be here, too. Even though he was full of doubts, he only felt like his heart was being shredded when he saw his chief military instructor being tortured by the demon. Do you really think you're that great? Come, eat my soul. Once you've eaten my soul, you'll die too. You should have gone to hell ages ago. Zan Kong's voice was incredibly weird, yet the words in his screams were obviously spoken with his own consciousness. He was not talking to Zhang Xiaohe, Lu Ru, or Su Shaoluo. The words were directed at the battle robe that was devouring him. Fang Gu had turned into a dried corpse, just a failed sacrifice. He had failed to gain anything from the battle robe. However, it felt like Zan Kong had something that the battle robe was scared of, giving his soul a chance to struggle. If you want my body, show me some sincerity, Zan Kong said to himself, while trying his best to suppress something. The battle robe was now attached to Zan Kong's skin, yet he totally ignored the pain. Amazingly, he tore one of the pieces off, which also ripped a layer of his own skin off, splattering blood everywhere. The armor piece let out a ghastly screech. It tried to reattach itself to Zan Kong, yet the man violently kicked the armor piece covered in fresh blood away before he burst out laughing like a madman. Either you obey me completely, or we'll die together. Eternal life. I'll now send you to eternal doom. Zan Kong tore another armor piece off his leg. Fresh blood poured out from the wound. Zan Kong was totally willing to harm himself to threaten the battle robe and managed to control the situation. The demon that was draining his soul finally halted. Su Shaoluo, Zhang Xiaohe, and Lu Ru were stunned. They had witnessed how Fang Gu had turned into a dried corpse. They assumed Zan Kong, who had taken Zhang Xiaohe's spot, would end up the same way. To their surprise, he managed to suppress the evil battle robe. Even so, Lu Ru could clearly sense that the man no longer had the presence of a living human. The inner city. A deep clock chime echoed in the inner city. The ancient clock at the center of the city was shaking from some overwhelming force. As soon as the chime sounded, the people of the inner city somehow felt like it was a peaceful dawn as in old times. The truth was, Many people had seen a fiery figure flying toward them. It had torn a gap in the golden barrier and was flying straight at the clock tower. It seemed to be the expert fighting the mountain zombie. Half of Mo Fan's body was stuck in the giant clock. He struggled out from the clock and fell to the platform of the tower, together with a bunch of debris. Mo Fan felt like his bones were on the verge of shattering. The mountain zombie's punch was simply too powerful. It had knocked Mo Fan flying for kilometers before slamming him right into the clock tower at the center of the inner city. Luckily, he had struck the giant clock that was imbued with magic. If he had landed among the crowd, the impact would have taken many innocent lives. Mo Fan spat out the blood in his mouth. He turned around and saw the devoted deacon of the Black Vatican, Mu-He. Mu-He was looking at him too. His eyes almost popped out of his sockets. Is that Mo Fan? The person fighting the mountain zombie is Mo Fan. Demon Mo Fan was rather evil, too. When he saw Mu-He hanging on the clock and staring at him in astonishment, his burning face immediately revealed a pair of fangs. What were you saying before? That I'm only playing an insignificant role in this festival? Mo Fan said to Mu-He as he was recovering from his wounds. What exactly are you? Mu-He was dumbfounded. Open your eyes and look carefully at how I'm going to ruin your festival. Mo Fan yelled. His demonic eyes emitted a brilliant flicker. Flames engulfed his body, while lightning dragons circled him. Two different types of power were surrounding his figure. Obviously, two types of power were nowhere near enough. In the midst of the flames, a soul shadow slowly appeared. It was no longer a ferocious wolf shadow, but the silhouette of a glamorous fire demoness. Instead of a demoness, the shadow resembled a goddess born from the flames of creation. She murmured some ancient chants with her eyes closed, granting all her power to the person who had awakened her. This must be the appearance of Little Flame Bell once she reaches the adult phase. Chin Nan mumbled to himself. Mo Fan had already sensed the incredible power and potential of a blessed creature like the Flame Bell just from the faint soul shadow. The fire demoness soul shadow did not fight for Mo Fan, but it granted him the blessing of fire, making the flames engulfing him burn fiercer. The flames rose into the air from the clock tower. The people in the inner city could see them clearly, let alone Mu-He, who was only 10 meters away. Mu-He's eyes widened. He could not believe what he was seeing. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.